What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and it's the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got a live stream after a big week 2 of the preseason. I know we lost the game, but we saw a lot of good things. And Eagle fans just got the best news ever. And it's has to do with our first round rookie, Makai Lemon. We all know that he reported back to practice right after the preseason game, right? Had his first official practice yesterday, but it was perfect timing. When I say perfect timing, I mean absolute perfect timing, as today is the live practice at Lincoln Financial. So, unfortunately, with things going on in the family, I won't be there, but we will have clips from a lot of great Eagle fans that post on Twitter. They said they're going to tag me in a bunch of stuff. So we will break the whole live practice down. But what are the odds? Eagle fans frustrated that Makai Lemon can't get on the field. And the first time we're going to see him will be at a live practice where we don't just got to listen to Elias Shore Parks and Jeff McClain and Zach Berman and Brandon Lee Gowton. I'm not saying that some of them don't do a great job. The Jimmy Kempskis of the world, the Ryan Fowlers of the world. But we got the best news ever in terms of when it happened. Yes, Makai Lemon practiced yesterday. That's cool. That's real cool. But the cooler thing that happened was, simply put, he'll be back for the live practice. So we will get to see, you will get to see what he does with pads on against the Eagles defense. And like I said, we don't have to listen to the beat writers now. We can listen to y'all. Y'all will be there. That is great news. We continue to talk on this channel about Jordan Tyson, how he came back too early and got hurt again. Now he's out for 2 months. So, yes, we wanted to see Makai Lemon versus the Ravens. We wanted to hear what he's done throughout these 15 days of joint practice. We would have loved it, of training camp. We would have loved to see him out there at joint practice and even in the preseason game. But we get to see him live. And I say we because there's going to be a lot of eyes. Probably like 30 to 40,000 Eagle fans in attendance for a live practice. So again, season's right around the corner. I think it's 19 days until we play Washington. Smitty's back, Lemon's back, and again, I can't stress the perfect timing of his second hamstring kind of getting better, because you're going to see this in real life. And the footwork is crazy, coming off his second hamstring. He's still got quick feet. He learned a lot through this time in terms of how to maybe not allow the hamstring to pull how it was, how he was tweaking it. It was the same leg. So it was the same leg, possibly the same hamstring. Duh. But for him to come back the day before, because I heard he caught a football from Jalen Hurts and dropped the football from Jalen Hurts in yesterday's practice. But we will see him live today, and that to me is huge. Shout out to the real ones in the building: Trey, Andrew, Tiffany, Flamban, Texas Eagle. Eagle has landed. DGR. We got Teep Vanilla, J Pope, Blue in the chat, David in the chat. Shout out to the real ones. Do me a favor, hit the like button. It's free, it's easy, it don't cost a thing, and it's greatly appreciated. But again, for us to wonder, when is he coming back? When is he coming back? When is he coming back? He comes back on a day where there's going to be 40,000 Eagle fans in attendance for live practice. That is tonight. That is tonight. And like I said, we will break down the live practice on this channel, so make sure you got the notification bell hit. If he was going to come back, this was the time to come back. I absolutely love it. Now, before we start talking everything that happened post the Patriots game, I do want to go over some clips because, man, oh man, did Markel Bell put on a show, and the best person to explain it to us and just show the pure dominance is none other than Brian Baldinger. Let's hear from him.
We're watching Markel Bell here. Big man needs a big split, and he takes it. That's how he plays the game. He puts Gabe Backus, the rookie second-round pick out of Illinois, reverse shoulder block, and then the other shove right there. And when you shove your man to the ground and Will Shipley takes off, what do? You skip. It's the Markel Bell skip. Like, let's all skip with Markel. All right, now, you just see the size difference right here. Watch the size difference with him and Backus. Like, look at how big he is compared to him. Now, watch his hands and his feet. Like, he's just holding him off on one hand right there. All right? Now, this is the fun part of this offense.
Let me just say this. While you're watching Markel Bell, look at Willie Lampkin doing his thing, too. Look at him doing his thing, too.
With the quarterback under center, you just get to tee off like this. Watch Bell tee off right here. All right? Bam. Let's just do that again in slow motion. Like Les Leonard Taylor, who went to the U. That's 315 pounds just thrown him to the ground, right? Right out of the octagon. Now, you watch it right here. You got the big split. All right?
Look at this. And look at Lampkin.
Reverse shoulder block right here. And there goes
Look at Majors.
All right? Pretty good job. And then if you go up against Ruben Bain every day in practice, maybe Gabe Backus isn't that big of a deal to you. You know, you go up against Akeem Mesdor. Like, the right hand is right in the chest plate, right? Look at that focus in the chest plate. And then you do that. You snatch him down to the ground. That's good stuff for Markel Bell.
Absolutely. And like I said, when you watch this, you can really look at what's his name too. You can really look at Willie Lampkin on almost every rep. Jake Major, Drew Kendall, all these guys. One more time, but I'm going to let it be quiet and let me talk a little bit. But you can watch this backup offensive line tee off. That's why Shipley had a lot of rushing yards. Carson Steele looked good. Everybody who ran the ball looked good due to the backup offensive line. Now, mind you, Carson Steele was even playing when there were even fourth and fifth strings in there too. But this year's different. So far, so good in terms of health. Yes, I heard the narratives out there in terms of Landon Dickerson not fully looking the same, and we will see when actual game reps happen, right? When we get in front of the Commanders week 1, or even today, we'll see, because we will see the starters tonight in the live practice. Like I said, the perfect news for Eagle fans is to get their first round pick back the day of live practice. Makai Lemon will be out there. Smitty will be out there. Saquon, Tank, Landon, Lane, Jurgen, Steen. They will all be out there. We will also see some backups, but we're going to see with our own eyes, the first team and the second team. But when I watch this tape from Markel Bell, Jake Majors, Willie Lampkin, and Drew Kendall, I say to myself, I'm not going to have the conversation about anybody replacing anybody, right? Markel Bell, the best rookie that Lane's seen, it's still Lane over there. We not replacing him, right? Jurgens, when healthy, I don't want to replace him with Willie Lampkin yet. Dickerson, do I want to replace him with Drew Kendall? Not yet. But here's the thing. If we do get an injury this year, when Lane went down, Fred struggled a little bit. When Jurgens went down, Drew Kendall, whoever came in to replace him, mind you, Drew was a rookie then, struggled. Dickerson's replacement struggled. I don't see that happening this year. First off, I would love a healthy season. Simple and plain, but it's football. You got to prepare for that. But now when you got Drew Kendall, Willie Lampkins, Markel Bell, Fred Johnson as your guy who can just step up and play different spots, don't got to be right tackle or left tackle. Man, you got so many options. This offensive line is so deep. It's crazy. This is supposed to be a Markel Bell highlight, but I looked all across the line and see work getting done. I look all across the line and see work getting done. Bang, bang, even a double team real quick. Look at Major. He's helping out Lampkin and going to help out Bell if needed, but they don't need help. Jake can take his time. You got Willie Lampkin and Markel Bell. Jake Mayer can drink some coffee, chilling like a villain. You got to love it. There's great news all across the board in terms of what the Eagles have going on, and we're 0-2 in the preseason. Real ones know that that does not matter. What matters is everybody wanted to see the rookie Makai Lemon. And now they will. For the first time live. You don't got to hear beat reporters talk about it. I love it. Flexing and stepping said, Trey, I'm good at work. Saw this on my timeline and said, let me check it out. Shout out to you, bro. Unique said, don't worry about it, Mike. Don't worry about it, Mike. Service just nervous. What are we talking about? David said, hit the like button. Appreciate you. It's free. It's easy. Don't cost a thing. And it's greatly appreciated. But again, I think the Eagles really low-key planned this. I think Makai Lemon was further ahead than people thought. But again, they looked across the landscape of the NFL and watched wide receiver go down left and right due to hamstrings and said, why would we take a chance? They said August 25th is the Lincoln Financial live practice. I see Eagle fans on Twitter. They want Makai Lemon suited up. They want to see what the first round rookie looks like with Jalen and the starters alongside of Smitty and Wicks. But they said, why not give him that treat live? 40,000 deep. Why not give it to him live? And I think the plan was to always get him ready for the August 25th live practice, and he is ready. He's learned some things too in terms of how to prepare when not on the practice field, the mental reps. He saw Smitty go through the hamstring. Smitty suffered his hamstring after him and got better before him. Again, I think that was more the Eagles being cautious after seeing what happened to Jordan Tyson. But again, that is helpful too. Everybody heals differently, but he saw what Smitty did to prepare while being out, while trying to rehab it. And that is crucial. David said, I am supposed to do something for my mom tonight. How do I tell her the Eagles have live practice at 6? That's the crazy thing, yo. I got some family stuff I got to take care of today. Plus, my son has practice, you know. Little Philly Mike just got done with his joint practice with another team called Forks Falcons. We the Easton Rovers. And he's mad. I didn't even tell him this year that today's the day. Because if I told my 11-year-old that we're missing live practice for his own practice, he's going to be mad. But you got to do what you got to do. I will have people in attendance that will be giving me the film. And if you see something you like, tag me in it. We won't go live for it, but I will break it down first thing tomorrow morning. Shout out to Marcus with the $5 super chat. First one of the day. We need you, LB, and Philly 500 to do a live stream together. I'll work on that. LB did hit me up. We were going to work on something prior. Let's work on something this week. But, hey, might as well throw the invitation to Philly 500, too. It's been a long time. Me and LB, it's been a minute since we did something. But the three of us together, it's been even a longer while. And Philly 500 is one of them ones. He's just a great person, too. So I don't see it not happening. We will definitely make it happen, hopefully before the season starts. I'll group chat it because I got 500 number 2. So we're going to make that happen. Shout out to Marcus Walls with the $5 super chat. But, man, again, Sean Mannion spoke yesterday in the practice after the Patriots game. Now, he didn't clarify if he's going to stay in the booth. He literally said he don't know if he's going to stay in the booth. He did the first game on the floor, did the second game or on the field. Second game was in the booth. He liked both, and he's working through it. Now, I think we looked a lot more smoother a lot more fluid in game 2. Now, granted, Tanner McKee did not play his best game, but he did come in, I think, and start 7 of 9 for 93 yards in a tub. The run game was making everybody look better. The way we were marrying it with the concepts was crazy. Look at this play from Thomas R. Peterson. Hold up. Look at this play from Thomas R. Peterson real quick. Hold up. Watch this. All right. Make sure the sound's off. Let's watch this real quick. So we are in shotgun here, which we don't do much of this year, but we're in shotgun, right? Boom. You're going to get motion from Covey. All right. Now he's going to motion from the inside slot to the outside guy. You got 2 wide receivers here. You got 2 here, even though one of them is Stowers. Lines up, ball snap, dropping back. But look at the concept. All right. This concept, it's not much, but look. This guy's stressed because of the flat. So this guy has the one of these 2 guys got to have the responsibility to flat. But they got to also watch this route and this route. These routes are what the Patriots got to pick. Who's the ball going to? Boom. The fact that he has to respect this allows this pass to go right to him. Bang. He cheats up even more. Bang. Over the top. Think about that. Again, this safety sees he's already throwing that way. Safety got to make a decision. He's the last line of defense, to be honest. So he's making a decision. If we go back a little bit more, boom. He got to make the decision. Who we working with? Who we working with? Balls out. Call. Boom. But you hold that a little longer. Say he still makes that decision. Bada bing, bada boom. Because he's occupied down here. And again, he's wide open because everybody left the responsibility because the ball's already to the intended target, of course. But then he just puts his little draw and explanation of it. And it's like, again, something so little. Everybody's occupied, but it's how you utilize the space. And more importantly, we're utilizing the middle of the damn field. The middle of the damn field is being utilized. I'm not saying we're not going to throw the ball outside the numbers at all, but my God. Look, you got the seam route being utilized, 2 flats. You got a flat defender. You got Covey going up the seam. You got outside a speed out here. You got Shipley in the flat. And you got two dig routes. One of these are going to be open based off spacing. This is we can get more technical, right? I'm not saying this is the evil genius at his best. It's a preseason game. I would like to think it's still vanilla too, but it's simply being vanilla, but utilizing the whole field. The whole field. Not just the outside. No slants, but some deep digs. Again, I like it. These are the little things. The little things that make defenses respect. You put this on film, Jalen's completing it to this guy or competing it to this guy or whatever. See, safety got to pick one. Am I going to go stop this dig route or am I going to go stop this dig route? Which one? Because he has this responsibility for Shipley. He has this. He could drop back in this area too. It's these two, communication. Because he's coming over here. He's coming here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Sean got it drewn up. And guess what? It's not even like the quarterback has to turn his head all the way to the right or to the left to find his first 2 reads. Let's just say this is read 1, read 2. If these are both covered, dump it to the flat. 1, 2, 3, maybe. But his 1 and 2 are both in the same vicinity. but he can't cover both. Gotta love it. Sometimes it's the easy, simple things that we just. If another fan base clicked on this video right now, they'd be like, everybody runs that route. Not us last year. Not us last year. Thomas R. Peterson said Eagle fans will love this. Motion reveal zone. Stowers out, forces the flat defender to stay. Wheel force deep safety to drift out. Backside crossers force remaining safety to choose who to cover. Backside crossers, dig routes, whatever. And they have so much space. I love it. Simple. And yeah, I could agree that the quarterback threw to the wrong dude. Still got a big gain. My Wi-Fi? What's wrong with my Wi-Fi? Am I going out? You don't got to think that he got me excited. I'm going to let y'all know he got me excited. Andrew said, I wish they streamed it like a preseason game. That would be lovely. But again, I think the plan for Makai Lemon, the Makai Lemon reveal was always, the plan always was going to be, whether he got better early or not, I think the plan was always to get him to really be back in action during the live practice, which is tonight at 6 o'clock. Tonight at 6 o'clock. Now, before we continue, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, Prize Picks, which is America's #1 sports picks app. And it's so simple. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineups. That's it. However, maybe you rather pick the team that wins instead of player stats, which is now on Prize Picks. Spreads, totals, pick'ems, whether it's a game or a fight. And best of all, Prize Picks got a new user offer that is really going to benefit you. Now, just play $5 and get $150 in lineups. If you win, you got to use code HMA when signing up to once again play $5. If you win, you'll get $150 in lineups. Sheesh. Link is in the description. Go ahead and get with Prize Picks. I mean, I'm telling you, the offer's crazy. And the season is around the corner. There's no reason not to. And use what I told you to use to get that extra. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to what y'all talking about in the chat. And again, something so easy. Oh, she was talking about the Wi-Fi service at the link. I hear you. Yes. That's why it's hard for people to stream from their phones or whatever. But I'm gonna have people get some footage for us for sure. And I think someone who does the greatest footage, who always drops it on Twitter, is E-Rock. E-Rock, love it. I love what he provides in terms of the clips. I actually have one clip from last year here, and I recorded this myself because I went last year. Let's take a look at it real quick. Something light, right? That was Smitty beating Cooper DeJean 1-on-1 from last year's. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to go today, but I will be able to break it all down. So, if you can't find the clips yourself, we will talk about it. And I'll probably end up making a video tonight and releasing it tomorrow because I won't get home until 8:30. So, if I get the video done, it'll probably be around like 12 o'clock. I ain't going to drop it at midnight, but that means I'll be dropping it for breakfast, 8:30, 9:30, maybe 9:30, 10-ish at the latest, something light. Shout out to Cubana with the Red Rover. You already know. My gotta love it, man. These 11-year-olds play hard out here. They play hard out here. Antonio, what's going on, bro? A said, go Birds. DH is always that. It's forever that. But I just feel like that was the plan for Makai Lemon to make sure he's ready for this live practice, which is tonight at 6 o'clock. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see starters on starters. A top three defense versus this Eagles offense. I don't know exactly what they're gonna be, but any team that has a run game firing on all cylinders is gonna be a good team. It's gonna be a good team. You tell me a team that had a top 3 rushing attack that wasn't a good offense. I don't recall. So if the offensive line continues to fire on all cylinders, our trio running backs, our duo running backs is real strong. But even our trio, Shipley showed you some burst, some energy. You put that with the starting wide receivers, mind you. We just had like 10 practices where it was Jalen Hurts throwing to Wicks, Cooper, Covey, and Elijah Moore, Hollywood Brown. Smitty and Lemon are back. I don't even remember a practice where they had pads on and Smitty, Lemon, and Wicks were the starting trio. It feel like it's been forever, with Makai Lemon, first hamstring, right after like OTAs, then his second hamstring in training camp, then Smitty's hamstring. Hurts will be out there going against Q, Coop, Bond, Makuba, but he'll have his guys. September 13th. That's around the corner too. Eagles, Commanders. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Drop that at midnight for us West Coast Eagles. Hey, the West Coast Eagles be chilling. That'd be at midnight will be what? That's 3 hours difference. Antonio said, oh, what's up to Tiffany? Jimbo said, can't wait to see the D line get after it. Hunt, Carter, Davis, and Ajomo are going to dominate. Yeah. I heard Ajomo and Hunt were living in the backfield yesterday during practice. Let's actually read some Jimmy Kempski notes because Jimmy Kempski is one of the people that I like how he reports on the Eagles at live practice. Jimmy Kempski, does he have his notes up? Let's see. Eagles training camp practice notes for day 15, Devontae Smith and Makai Lemon return. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let me switch it. Let me switch over to it. Shout out to the real ones in here. Let's see if we can get this to like 300 likes. If we got MVPs in the chat, I know we can get this to 300 likes. Help your boy out. It's free, it's easy, it don't cost a thing, and it's greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead and see if we got we got it up. Shout out to Jimmy Kempski and the Philly Voice. Day 15 of the Philadelphia Eagles training camp was back at the Jeff Plex after a nearly week-long road trip to New England for joint practice and a game. It was a short, boring practice and no pads. Let's just get right to the notes. Okay, so at least he kept it a buck. It was short, boring, and of course it was going to be. Why would they practice hard yesterday if they knew today was going to be the day that they put on the show? Put on a show for 40,000 Eagle fans in attendance. For the first time since August 3rd, Smitty and Lemon were full participants. I wonder if Lemon would be right back out there with the first team offense upon his return to the lineup. And yep, he was. Lemon got a couple of targets. The first one was on a slant versus Cooper DeJean. Jalen Hurts put the ball a little further out in front of Lemon than ideal, and it glanced off his outstretched arms for an incomplete. Tough to call it a drop. In my opinion, I do think it maybe wasn't the most crisp route, and Hurts was expecting Lemon to be further into his route than he was. It looked like a play you expect to see from a rookie who hasn't practiced in team drills in 3 weeks. Hurts did connect later on a play action that got Lemon wide open. Lemon was the most common motion guy of the day. If he plays a lot, expect to see him in motion a ton. Smith had a couple of catches on crossers in his return to the field. Obviously, there's less concern about how he'll play when the games matter. You're going to see a lot of play action boots in this offense, and we'll probably see Hurts throwing on a run more than we ever have. He made a really nice throw on the run to his right to Tay Wicks, who I thought came down with the catch while falling out of bounds, but the official ruled it incomplete. He may not have survived the ground and the ball came loose. I don't know. The D-line had a bunch of sacks as usual. Mora Ajomo had a pair of sacks, as did Jalix Hunt. Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis also combined for a sack. This defensive line is going after opposing quarterbacks this season. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, this could be the year where we remember 2022 when we were like 70 sacks? This might be one of them seasons. The two big stars of the Eagles-Patriots preseason game were Markel Bell and Willie Lampkin. They both sat out this practice. Bell was listed on the injury report with a thumb and leg injury. Lampkin has a stinger. With those guys out, the second-team offensive line looked like this. Miles Hinton, Micah Morris, Zeke Correll, Drew Kendall, and Jake Major split reps, and Fred Johnson. That's left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. That was just an excuse to get Zeke Correll into my practice notes. The Eagles finally showed a look with a fullback today. It was, drum roll please, Dallas Goedert. He looked less than enthused to be a lead blocker and gave Zach Bond sort of a, we're both vets, let's not be heroes kind of a block. Yo, Dallas Goedert playing some fullback. Hollywood Brown had a couple of noteworthy plays downfield. On the play noted above, when Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis split a sack, the rep continued anyways, and Brown made a great over-the-head catch on a deep ball from Hurts. It was one of those catches when the ball came in directly over his head, as opposed to over the shoulders or another. Brown also got behind Andrew Makuba and the rest of the Eagles defense, but was overthrown by Hurts. To finish it up, the Eagles signed Brown because they like his speed and theoretically I can't read today. The Eagles signed Brown because they like his speed and theoretical ability to stretch the defense. He did that today. Tanner McKee was the first quarterback up getting second team's reps today after he outplayed Andy Dalton in the second preseason game. That's not the first time that this happened this camp, to be clear, but I thought it was at least worth noting. The Eagles will have an open practice Tuesday night that is slated to begin at 6 p.m. There's another practice on Wednesday, the third preseason game Friday night, and rosters have to be trimmed to 53 by 6 o'clock Eastern on Sunday. So the Eagles got to make their finishing cuts by 6 p.m. on Sunday. Sheesh. It's getting scary out here for some of these people. And here's what I'm saying. You know, a guy like Jake Major, if you cut him, does he end up getting poached off the practice squad? If you end up cutting Uwar Bernard, does he get poached? If you end up cutting Joshua Weru, does he get poached? This is where it gets tricky. Certain people, like when you are deep on the O-line, deep on the D-line, deep at linebacker, Chance Campbell, Vic Fangio told you, Chance Campbell just might make the roster. But then you got Smile Munden, Trotter Jr., Jahad Campbell, Zach Bond. You can't keep all them linebackers. I mean, you do like to have a lot of linebackers on the team because they can play special teams. Chance Campbell can play special teams. But the 53-man roster, That's going to be a tricky one, a very tricky one, because of the fact that we don't want to lose anybody that can play ball. Rimo said Uwar 100% gets poached. Same with Joshua Aweru. I agree. So you got to find roster spots for them. You got to find roster spots for certain individuals who you do not want to get poached. Yeah, quote unquote, injured. You can put people on your IR, designated injury, so they don't count against the 53 and can't get poached. The famous, oops, these two guys got hurt at the end of training camp. And listen, as much as we talk about Uar Bernard, and I love his story, I love his God-given abilities, like the freak of nature, what he could be, the potential of his ceiling, right? But Joshua Aweru, man, that's a nice bend he has. Like, this is a guy who played rugby, so he does have that rugby background. But, man, the bend he did versus the Patriots, man, I saw great natural bend. I saw speed, and I saw want-to. I think Joshua Aweru is even further along than Uar Bernard. But, again, look how deep we are. I talked for 36 minutes, and I've yet to talk about the Vanilla Gorilla, who's officially off life support. Man, that boy, Vic Fan, that man Fangio knows how to get people riled up. He saw Ty Robinson trending up in practice. He saw Ty Robinson trending up in practice before the Ravens game. Mentioned that he's trending up. And then he went out in the Ravens game and got a sack. Then the first day of joint practice, they asked him about Ty Robinson. And he talked about the trending up before the Ravens game. He talked about the sack. And he said the man has officially got off life support. It's a good sign. He's off life support. And then I'm telling you, Ty probably heard that and said, yo, I love Vic. He's clowning me the right way. So guess what? Here comes a 2-sack game. And it wasn't just the sacks. I think there's hold on. I think we can look at. I think Anthony DeBoner tweeted it the day after the game. I think I tagged it. Let's see. Here it is. The Vanilla Gorilla, man. The Vanilla Gorilla. So Anthony DeBoner did a good job of showing you where he is. Boom, there he is. Boom. One-on-one. Look at that swim move. Look at that. Go to his right. Swim move to the left. That's a hold right there, pretty much. Gets through and gets a pressure. That's a pressure. Here he is again. Boom. Double team. But you can't double for long because Chance Campbell coming up. I believe that's Campbell. Boom. Gets through. And oh boy, Danny DeVito, I feel bad for you, Brody. Shaboom! See, you can't have a nickname like the Vanilla Gorilla and be on life support. Gorillas don't be on life support. They the one putting people on life support, you heard? So I couldn't call him that anymore. But here he goes. I love it. Number 95. That's a nice number for a D tackle, too. Here we are. Boom. Double team. Stand my man up. Get off the block. Go make the play. Gotta love it. Again, we go right to the 2 sacks. But the first play Anthony DeBoner showed us was a pressure. Pressures matter too. That makes mistakes. You pressure them, bad pass, interception. That could happen. So we saw the pressure. We saw the sack. And the sack came on double team. This one, stand your man up, make a play. Boom. One-on-one. Bull rush. Swim move. Bull rush. Get off the block. Boom. Shout out to the quarterback. I think that's DeVito. Shout out to him for taking that. Bang. Now people will say he hit him after. Now you can't pull back on that. That's a good no flag. Good no flag, but he got cooked. Now, if he would have landed on the quarterback, they probably would have called the flag. Good coverage by Keely Ringo, but who knows how the throw would have been if he wasn't getting blasted. Here we are again. Boom. Double team. But there you go. Robinson with a stunt. Now, I don't know if this was a design stunt or Robin just said, hey, whoever that's out there, just free me out. Free me up. Who is that? That's Arnold Ebiketie, I believe. Arnold Ebiketie, bang. Ebiketie's taking 2 Patriots on. He going super low. I'll go around on the stunt. Stunt. Passes up. And he pulls back great. Another pressure. 1-on-1. Another stunt. Woo! 74 is like, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Look at that. Bang, stunt. Tries to turn around. And come on. You ain't stopping the Vanilla Gorilla when he has a full steam ahead. Got him. Down goes DeVito. Or is that Morton at the time? Let's go. You know what he's probably looking at? Right here. He's looking at Fangio saying, I'm on life support, really? Could you imagine? Could you imagine if he's literally right here? Look. He gets up. Fangio's looking at him. He's like this. What happened to me being on life support, Brody? What happened? Nah, I love it. I love it. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Multiple pressures, a tackle off the block to stop the run, and then 2 big sacks. 2 big sacks. This play right here from again, everybody that Ryan Fowler just mentioned. Let's look at them all real quick. Oh Lord, I lost it. So he said Willie Lampkins, Jake Majors, Markel Bell. Footwork from Lampkin, angles from Major, and Bell being Bell. Pretty stuff up front. Absolutely pretty stuff. Let's take a look at it real quick. Boom. Markel Bell, Jake Major, Willie Lampkin. Look at that. Look at that. He go right through. Boom. 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 Not even touched. Go, ship. Go. Gotta love it. I think there was one more. Oh, I did check this too. This is from Football Performances. It's every single Uar Bernard football snap. Ravens and Patriots getting combined is 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We'll talk about that sooner or later too, though. But I thought there was one more thing I wanted to show you. I think that's about it. Oh, let's listen to Makai Lemon speak about how he's learned a lot from being hurt.
How did it feel to be back out there after 10 practices?
Yeah.
Not playing.
No, I felt great. Definitely blessed. Every time I'm able to step on the field, I just never take it for granted. So, definitely felt great to be back out here with the guys and getting to work.
What have the last 2 weeks been like for you, not being able to play in the rehab process?
Yeah, just getting back to, my normal self, really. Just grinding hard with the trainers, in the film room, in the playbook. So when I'm ready to get back out here, I'm right up to speed with the whole team.
What's the most difficult part of having to sit for that lengthy period of time?
And just seeing all the guys out there hooping. You just stand on the sideline. You like, damn, I wish I could be out there with them. But, just doing what I can do, away from, being on the field. And so when I get back out there, I'm ready to go.
What does it take now to catch up and make sure you're ready for week 1?
I think I was doing a really good job, and when I'm not out there. So when I got back out here, I wasn't too far behind with the guys.
There you go.
Was the same hamstring as the other? Was it the same hamstring as the previous injury?
It was same leg.
So
Is there any
Same
concern
leg.
that it's going to happen again? Like, or do you feel pretty confident in it?
I feel pretty confident, just learning from my mistakes from the, previous times, working with the trainers, setting a good plan for me, just being a professional, off the field. So when things like this come about, I'm ready for everything.
You hoping to get out there Friday? Maybe get some plays out there in the preseason game?
Man, every time there's a game, I definitely want to play, so I'm just taking it day by day, out here just putting in the work in, and then we'll see how I feel Friday.
We'll see how he feels Friday. But if he plays in the preseason finale game against the Bengals, that's neither here or there. The most important thing is the Eagles got great news that he is officially back the day of open live practice. Live practice is today at 6:00, and I will count on y'all to tell all the other Eagle fans what is transpiring between starting offense, starting defense, Lemon versus Coop, Smitty versus Q, Wicks versus Reek, O-line versus D-line, Saquon versus the linebackers, Dallas Goedert versus Makuba. Like, I can't wait to see it. But he's going to make his real low-key debut because yesterday there was no pads on. So yesterday was Makai Lemon's first official practice since the hamstring. It's been since like the beginning of this month. He's been MIA for this whole month. And his first practice back was with no pads on. Well, he had pads on, but they didn't have full gear on. They weren't hitting with all their pads on, I should say. Tonight at 6:00, he will get reps with the starters with pads on. Not big hits, no big hits, but they go on game plan. They're going to try to put on a show. They are going to try to put on a show. It's at 6 p.m. There'll be at least 40,000 Eagle fans. And I guarantee you at least 35,000 are going to have recordings. They're going to be posting it. We will have all the footage tomorrow morning presented to you. But that's really all I got today. That is Makai Lemon with the footwork. Quick feet coming off a hamstring. I like it. Him out the slot is going to be dangerous. Him going in motion is going to be dangerous. That's late for practice. Yes, because it's going to be live in front of 40,000 Eagle fans. But I do got to get going. It was a little 47-minute live stream. But listen, do me a favor. Hit the like button. It's free. It's easy. Don't cost a thing. We should at least have 300 likes on the button. Lastly, if you can't catch anything that transpires tonight in the practice, I will have a video out for you at 8 or 9 a.m. So please turn on the notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed. And I will work on the video tonight when I get back and have a video of everything that transpired in live practice. Hopefully we see some good stuff from everybody we need to. Until next time, shout out to Eagle as Landon. Peace to you too, Brody. Tiffany said, I'm excited. Trey's talking to Rimo. Texan Eagle fan said Hayden was worst. Appreciate you. Y'all, yeah, and that's also I like. Y'all be having conversations in the chat. Y'all the real deals. But let's see. Wait, did I see this? Did we get 300 likes? We got 209 likes. That's good. It's a 209 is pretty far. I don't know if we can get 91 quick likes. I don't know. Can we get 91 quick likes? Sham said hit that like button. Sham Kingsley said hit the like button. I don't know. That's a far stretch. We're only 364 people in here. 353 people now. Can we get 90 quick likes? We'll see when we get up out of here. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. I love y'all to death. We out.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.